There are a lot of people that like to read books, and I'm one of them. But I like to take it a next step further, and I kind of like to connect my reading experiences with my tattoo preferences. So here's a little short story about what books mean to me and what I've done to prove it. I wasn't always such a big reader back in school. I read short, young adult books mostly. I went years without reading too many books at all. But since I'd say the last year and a half, my reading habits have greatly increased, and I think mostly I have a book club to blame for that influence. And what's great is that even with the power of technology, I can read even more books than I ever even dreamed of. Since getting out of high school, I've matured quite a bit, and so has my reading material. And I can kind of prove that with some of the later tattoos that I've received lately. I'd have to say that the Twilight Saga has definitely influenced me to keep reading more and more. It's my first book obsession. And every day I get to show it with the progress of my latest tattoo sleeve that I've been working on for years. When I read, it's an escape. You get to take many different adventures and meet so many new characters. And sometimes these characters just tend to stick with you a little harder than others. So, I like to get tattoos as reminders of how they've inspired me to go on further in my life. Just like this one, I had a friend who is a new author, and her book inspired me to not only just prove it to myself or to others that I can do it. So, I had a dream, and I decided to start writing. So I took notes and more notes, and I didn't stop. And I think I have a good culprit to blame for that. I had many, many cups of these, and I'm thinking gallon upon gallons of this stuff. But I was able to surprise myself and actually write my own book. It's in the rough editing stages right now, but I'm pretty proud of myself for carrying it out. It varies from person to person, from what they read and what they get from the words that they read out of these books. But for me, well, we'll have to wait and see. Maybe one day, soon, they'll get to read my story.